Welcome to the Lynn Lineup, a show highlighting upcoming events happening in the Lynn community. Today we're here to talk about a community fall festival happening Saturday, October 12th, 2019 from 1 to 6 p.m. at 43 Atlantic Street here in Lynn. And we're joined by Jen and Zion Weir. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
So you guys are a part of something called The Project, and it's something run out of the same location, 43 Atlantic. So what is The Project? What do you guys do at it?
So The Project is an offshoot of the business that we have, and which is emotional and trauma healing through the use of essential oils and breath work, breath technique, that kind of thing. And the project has developed now. We've partnered with someone who does Reiki or energy healing. And what we've wanted to do is create a space, a safe space in the community of Lynn that they can come and really just talk and be able to share what's going on. I feel like every other day there's a shooting of some sort. And it just seems like there's a lot of tension in our community. And so we wanted to create that. And the other thing is when we've had several events at our home, when people come, they'll say, oh, I've always wanted to know who lives here. And our house is something of an anomaly in this city. And we want to welcome those people into our home and say, this is who lives here, and we super love you, and we want you to heal.
And I mean, when you guys first came in, same deal. Like, I live right around the corner from you guys, and we formally met here.
Yes.
And I was also just like, I have no idea who lives there. And you guys were also like, I have no idea who lived in that place too.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, I definitely see that too. Like, because it's a nice house. There's a nice front lawn. You can clearly see there's a nice backyard too. So like, yeah, people are just like, who lives there?
Yeah.
Mostly because. Spoiler alert, we all want to live at that house. It looks nice. So
Yeah.
What made you guys want to do this community festival? You were saying that you've held a couple of other events there for people to come to. So what made you guys want to do this one, which is a little bit more open than the past events that you guys have had?
So in the past, we've had a couple of fundraising events, and it's been fun. And what we have found from that is, again, people are fascinated by the fact that we live there. And we're almost like a bit untouchable in their mind, it seems like. And so what we wanted to do is have everybody in and say, no, we want to hang out together, and we want you to come in, and we want our children to be able to play with your children. And we want, just that pretty much. So before, your events that you had held were more adult-oriented, slightly older crowd, but this time you guys are opening it up, and like you said, you want kids to play with other kids and all that. So all ages are invited to this. What sort of activities do you guys plan on having? We were talking before, you guys have some plans, and then even talking before the show, we even came up with other ideas for you guys to have. So what sort of stuff can people expect? So what we'll have, first of all, because this speaks to my children, is food. There will be, food and beverages to purchase.
Who doesn't that speak to, though?
That's true. That is true. So we'll have food and beverages for purchase. We will also have games for kids, and thanks to you, games for adults. We'll have things for them to do. We're talking about simple things like sack races. We'll do pumpkin painting. We'll have some face painting. We'll have some live entertainment, some live music. And if anybody, gosh, I was just thinking about this, if anybody feels so inclined to get up on the mic and maybe share some talent they have. The other thing I want to do is have like a mural of sorts that, if you're an artist, come and paint, because we'd love to hang it in our space where we hold the project and be able to have the whole community of Lynn have had a hand in that mural.
And you mentioned this before, the Reiki. You were saying that there might be demonstrations as well. So what is that exactly? So
what Reiki is, it's basically energy healing. If you aren't familiar with it, you might go, excuse me? And I've done that with my son. He's not all that open to things like that. So I just put my hand on him. I'm like, can you feel that? And unfortunately, for him, he says, yes, I can feel. I'm like, that's Reiki. It's a form of healing therapy using your energy and then the other person's energy. And so we will have someone there who will be able to do 10-minute sessions just to give you a taste of what that looks like. And that is something that we do in the space. We offer that, yoga practices, that sort of thing, just another form of healing.
So, Zion, what sort of stuff are you looking forward to out of this event? What would you want to say to people to get them to come down?
Well, I actually am personally excited for the sack race. I want to see how. I think that might be a very, shall we say, interesting event.
Is there
and then there's also the food, of course. So, yeah.
Is there anything else you guys want to add? Again, like this is kind of an opportunity for you guys to say, like, "Hey, guys, come on down." So, what would you say to people that are thinking about coming down, but maybe aren't totally sold yet?
It's hard for me to sell it because I'm like, who wouldn't want to come and hang out, right, for a fall festival where it's safe, there's, kids there's, as it turns out, we have a variety of ages of children for their children to play with, and a time for them to come and just have some fun and gorgeous weather that we have here in New England. Yeah, and I think there was a gentleman who came to our last fundraiser, and he wasn't going to come. He's just like, no, I don't know those people. And what's interesting is he really loves our house. It's one of the, like you said, it's a house that he dreams about living in. And his son says, Dad, I want to go swimming. And so they came. And I'm so grateful he came because we had a lot in common, even though on the outside it would look like we don't have a lot in common. So I would love for people to just take a chance and come meet us in person and come meet the community and just really know that you will find you have something in common with people of all ages, different cultures. I think they'll be pleasantly surprised.
And just before we wrap up, if people want to find out a little bit more about this, how would they do that? And just if people go, where do they park? Because that's always a concern of people.
Right, yes.
The parking already, yes. So we do have, our driveway we measured it, it's the size of a third of a football field, so it's 100 feet. So we have enough room for about that many cars. Other than that, they would probably need to park across the street. There's no parking on the side of the house, so they would park in that situation. There's a church next door that we're speaking with if possibly we could partner with them, but we can definitely help people with juggling that situation.
And if people wanted to find out more about the event?
Right, so we've created a Facebook page. It's just a really creative name, Fall Community Festival. And you can look, obviously, events near you in Lynn on Facebook. There's an Eventbrite, same name, Community Fall Festival.
Awesome. Thanks again for joining me today, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Again, this is for the Community Fall Festival happening on Saturday, October 12th, 2019 from 1 to 6 p.m. at 43 Atlantic Street here in Lynn. That's it for this edition of the Lynn Lineup. Thanks for watching.